Hi everyone and welcome. I'm Diane and my passion is painting and creating nature-inspired watercolours in my studio, which are easy for you to do too. I share all my paintings with you on YouTube, and on our website dianeantone.com you can find free downloadable sketches for all the videos to help you make the most of your painting journey. And if you'd like a little bit more, we also have channel memberships with loads of perks for you to enjoy. So welcome on board. Click subscribe and turn on notifications, and let's learn to paint watercolour. Hi everyone, hope everyone's well. Today we're going to do a nice simple little robin in a kind of Scandi style, which I think is quite a trend at the moment. Lots of people have got a very simple decor in their homes where they don't want too much colour. So the idea of this is that it's a very limited colour palette compared to perhaps something more like this robin, which itself is actually quite simple and might be considered to have a touch of Scandi about it. But this one is much more in that area. I did this painting last year for Christmas. It was the Christmas card I gave to my daughter, and it happens to have just been rediscovered as I've gone through some things that were lying around hidden. So I thought we would do that. And so first thing I'm going to do is just start off by folding my paper. I'm using a sheet of Clairefontaine Etival today for this again. And I'm going to fold it in half by scoring, so I hope that I get a nice clean fold. It's quite important, I think, to have a clean fold. And this paper is 29.5 centimeters long, so that's 14 3/4 times in. Half of 29.5 is 14 3/4.
Yes.
Right. 14 3/4. I'm always being told I shouldn't mix decimal and fraction, so I'm sorry about that. But there we are. So that's 14 3/4 centimeters. So we'll take a nice letter opener, and we're not cutting it but just scoring it, and I'm hoping that's going to fold well. So let's see. There we are. So there's our Christmas card. And now I'm probably going to just tape that down a little bit with some washi tape, just to hold it at the top. Oh, wait a minute. No, I'm not, because I have something else to do first. I'm going to trace this. So we'll get our light box out, turn it on. And put the last year's picture on there, and then the new card on top. And then I'm going to just sketch it in, just to save a little bit of time. So I think I might move that down a little bit. There we are. Yeah, just to save a little bit of time. And the sketch will be available for you on our website, dianeantone.com, if you want to pop over there after we've drawn this, after I've painted this rather, and you can download the sketch for free. And it doesn't matter if you can't see exactly where the lines are when you're doing your sketch, and unless you're doing something super accurate like a building or something, which I never paint, never ever, so I don't care about accuracy as long as I can get the right. I'm basically just concerned with getting the right outline shape of the bird. I already did one freehand again yesterday just to make sure I can still paint, and I'll show you this one in my sketchbook. And as you can see, it's a little bit of a different shape from the original, so I didn't want to go too far away from that. His eye is there, just about see that. The other piece of see, what makes this kind of Scandi is the fact that it has a very limited amount of features. So you've just got the pine cone, which is very simplified, and you've got the twig and the bird, very simple. No background really, although it would be quite nice probably to whack a bit of gold spatter or something like that on afterwards. So let's pop that out of the way. And put that there like that. Oh, I've forgotten his legs. Never mind, I think I can cope with that. So we'll just put his legs in like that and his little toes. Well, here we go again. You can probably hear the rain. And at this point I can now put in a few details that were missing that I couldn't see with the light box. And so there we are. When you do a beak of a bird, remember it's not just a sticky out thing, it has another point on the inside going towards his eye, and the eye is usually on a level with the beak, like that. And we're going to do this pine cone very simply. And so there we are. I'm just going to pop that there, so it's my example to follow. The colours that we're going to be using vermilion for the breast of the bird, and burnt sienna for his back, sepia for the very dark tones in the cone, and black for the eye and the beak of the bird in this particular case. And I think I need a tiny little dab of cobalt blue, which I haven't got out, so I'll just do that. Hardly any, just a tiny, can't get that open. No, seriously. Okay, all is not lost. I'll use my paint box, it's got some cobalt blue in it. We'll have to run the tube under hot water to get that to open up. Okay, so, oh, well done, Tamsin. Well done, Johnny. Thank you. I don't seem to have that much strength in my fingers anymore, Mommy. Okay, so, we have to calm down now, and we're going to start painting. So, this is my tribute to Eckhart Tolle. Fill the room with peace. I have here my number 7, I think, or 5, let me see. Have I guessed right? No, number 7. My number 7 DRAWELL round nylon watercolor brush. And first thing to do here is probably, you can paint this in different ways, it's up to you, but I want to have the wet in wet effect here. If you're going to do, if you're still painting your Christmas cards, I usually do mine on Christmas Eve because I only make a couple. So I save that for the last minute. Okay, so I was going to say about the Clairefontaine Etival paper, that's what I'm using, which is cellulose paper with a decent amount of sizing in it. So you should get a reasonable blending of the colour on the paper. And so burnt sienna for the top of the head. and maybe a tiny bit down here. Try to use as few brush strokes as possible with this. And then we'll just pick up a very small amount of blue. And run that round there. And then Vermillion. And then the key at this point is not to touch it, but just let it dry before. It has to be dry before you can put in the eye and the beak, but we can do the legs. So I shall do the legs with Vermillion. And a little bit of sepia probably just at the back of the leg to give a little bit of shadow. And then the next thing, while we're waiting for that to dry, is to do the twig. And I'm going to similarly paint water onto the twig. I know robins are probably a little bit overdone at Christmas, but I think this one might make a nice card for a young person, perhaps, maybe. Who am I to say? I don't know what people like these days, but it's possible. Little bit of Scandi Hygge, or however you say that. How do you say that, Tamsin? She who has lived in Sweden?
Hygge.
Huh?
Hygge.
Hygge.
Something like that.
Hygge.
Hopefully there's a Swedish name.
Hygge. It sounds like, what is it that rugby players say just before they start? Oh, there you go. Oh, that's different. Okay, so that's the first layer of the twig, and then we can come in with some brown and just run that along the bottom there. Don't need much. And then the pine cone is going to start off with sepia as the first coat of paint. And we're just painting sort of little crescent moons, just following the shape that we just did. Oh, it stopped. And then switching to black mixed in with the sepia, and then dropping on top of the other bits, leaving a few gaps. You can always add some white afterwards if you want to make it a little bit more snowy. So, I mean, this is just a simplified, very simplified pine cone. Then I'm going to mix some vermilion with some blue to make a bluish grey, and then I'm going to paint the what do you call it, the pine leaf. Have any of you noticed that there are days when you're a little bit clumsier than other days? Yeah, this is so true. Okay, but that'll do. And we'll just blend this, because this didn't run very much. It's fairly dry, so we'll just blend that a little bit. And I think we might be dry enough there, so we want a very dark brown, almost black, for the little beak underneath. And then we're going to add some more brown on the top of the head. And then a little bit of orange underneath. And then a little bit of blue here. Okay, so we're not going to do any more than that. We'll let it dry now. And we'll just pop a tiny eye in, like that. We might do a stroke or two on his feet, perhaps. And then we have to let it dry before we can rub out the pencil lines. But otherwise that's done. And then I had in mind to put that aside and then do another one. So I'll need another piece of paper. Another card. Okay. And, oh yeah, I said I might put some gold spatters on that, didn't I? Let me try it on my one, the one that I did last year. See how that goes. So I'll get my ZEN Art brush, which is already losing its printing. And yeah, I think okay, we need plenty of water in this. So you could do something like that. Or you might prefer to leave it completely bare. And then I'm going to do a super duper quick tree. We take our very fine pen and just draw a very simple line like that for the trunk of the tree, and then a stylized container for the tree. And then what I'm going to do is put some sort of pretend very simple branches coming out like that. Then I'm going to pick up some nice tree green, such as this one. I think this is sap green. And then I'm going to start by putting a sort of splosh of paint in the middle, like that. And then just keep it completely random. then I'm going to paint. You might not like this design, but it's a little bit, what do you call it? Scandinavian. So then you pick up some of your starry colours from Kuretake, and you're just going to put some balls like that on the ends of those branches, keeping it as random as possible. And then you're going to get another clean brush to save wasting all of that, and pick up some more green. And I might get a thicker pen because that looks a little bit feeble. And go over those branches. And I think then we need to put a few more balls in the middle here. I don't like that one there. So there we are. 2 super quick Christmas cards in the sort of Scandi style. Robin, and without the spots and with the spots. And the tree. So there we are. That's the end of that for today. Hope you enjoyed that, and a couple more ideas for your Christmas card manufacturing process. So I'll let you go. It stopped raining. We can venture outside again. And don't forget to go over to dianeantone.com and have a look for the sketches that you can download. There are lots and lots and lots of sketches over there, all free. So please do visit our website and download some of them. And if you have any questions or anything you'd like to ask me at all, or any comments whatsoever, please don't forget to leave comments, to like and subscribe and turn on notifications. And make sure that you allow YouTube to send you notifications, because some people have got the setting set to off. So you have to go into your settings and make sure that you've got it set for this channel for yourself to receive notifications. You can choose which channel you do or don't get notifications from. So again, if you have any questions about that, don't hesitate to ask. So I'll let you go now and have a lovely evening, and I'll say bye-bye for now. Bye-bye, everyone.